Okay, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Nigeria Guided School. This is batch 2017 10 13, or batch 15, group 1. I'm Mentor Lukman, and today is day 5 of the Guided School, otherwise known as Business Games Day. All right, so guys, before I start, I just want to touch on a couple of things from yesterday since we were not able to have a meeting yesterday. My apologies again. But yesterday, basically, the lesson or the task that you needed to do to submit offline presentation budget proposal. All right. So as I've always been stressing throughout this course, your first point of call, the first place to go before doing the task is the lesson guidelines. Go to the lesson guidelines. You'll have seen that I've provided a link to a document, so a spreadsheet, which is a template for the offline presentation budget proposal. Okay, so I've made your life so much easy by giving you the templates. So all you need to do, and if you'd watch the tutorial video as well, I will have explained all this. All you needed to do for that task was to open up the template that I provided, make a few changes, put in your own venue, have the links to the venue and the maps location, and then change some stuff around in the budget in terms of the actual costs that you have gotten. And that was it. So once you've made those changes, you will then save a copy. In order to make the changes, you'll have had to save a copy of the document anyway, because you can't edit the original document. So you'd basically save a copy of the document, make your changes, and that would have and then you just need to get the link to the document by using the share option. All right, so once you've gotten the link, you'd submit that, and that's it. I mean, there was not anything that will have taken you, I'll say 10, 15 minutes, because the only thing that would have taken you long was maybe going to search for the links to the pictures of the venue and all that. But that was all to it. So if you were, if you didn't follow the lesson guidelines, you are going to be wandering around trying to figure out what to do, something from somewhere, which was going to be wrong anyway, because if your document is not according to the one that according to the template I provided, it's going to be wrong. Okay, so those of you that went and got it from somewhere, you're definitely going to get it wrong, and you'll have to redo it. Okay, so that was all that there was to it. I wish everyone would just follow the lesson guidelines, and from the first try, from the first go, your life would just be so much easier in this course. Okay, so that was all that needed to be submitted yesterday. Now for today, the business games, I had explained in my message yesterday that all you needed to do, or in the lesson guidelines for today's task, all you needed to do for now was to get yourselves into your circles and appoint a circle representative. That was all that you needed to do. There was no tasks, there was nothing. Okay, so I hope you have done that. I've been trying to get get the names of the circle representatives for the various circles, but no one is responding to me, so I don't know why that is. Right, but the way basically we're going to proceed now is I have the tasks that you need to do for the business games, and I need to share it with your business representatives, sorry, your circle representatives, and they need to then share it with you guys in your circle so that you can work on it together. All right, now in my previous batches, I've always had somebody or some people who find a version of the business games from somewhere. All right, so obviously there's been quite a lot of guided school batches. So your guide will probably have gone through one of these guided school courses. All right, and they would have whatever business games they did. Now, if you guys copy the business games tasks from any way other than what I'm going to give you, you're going to get it wrong. You're going to be marked wrong. Okay. All right. So I hope you understand what I'm trying to do, that you have to stay with me. You know, you can't go and look, go on your own, think you can find answers out there and submit it to me for marking. You're definitely going to get it wrong. All right. So if you have gotten the business games questions from somewhere, and you started working on them, just abandon it right now, because the ones that I'm going to give you are different from the one that you got. And if you submit the one that you got and it's different from the one that I give you, your whole circle. Okay, so I'm telling you now, you need to stick with me. So what I need to do is to get the business games, the circle representatives for each circle. Once I know who they are, I'm going to share the business games task for with each with each representative. Okay, so I'm just going to show you what the task look like that I'm going to share with you, how it's so different from any task that you may have gotten out there. Okay, so I'm just going to share my screen briefly. All right, now I will share with each circle this document that is specific to that circle, and I'm going to share it with the business, the circle representative. Okay, so how it's going to work is, you see, this is for batch 15 group 1, which is where we are, circle 1. So I need to share this document with the representative of circle 1. Okay, it's a template for completing the tasks. All right, so what the circle representative will need to do, because the circle representative will have access to editing this document, the rest of the circle will only be able to view it, but they can't edit it. All right, so the circle representative will be in charge of completing this document with the assistance of every member of the circle. So every member has to be participating. The circle representative will basically act as the scribe to completing the document. You guys, the rest of the circle, we're going to come up with the answers for the tasks, and the circle representative is going to put the answers on this document. All right, so the circle representative is going to put the names of the members of the circle who he deems as, or the members of the circle who are active or actively participating in the business game. So if you are a member of Circle 1 and you decide, I'm just going to leave and let the rest of the circle members do the task for me, then the circle representative is not going to have your name to put on this document. All right. And if your name doesn't appear on this document, then the task will be marked for you. All right. So the circle representative will record the names of the members of the circle who are actively participating in this table here. So just the name and the surname. And guys, you must use your name as you have registered it in the school. So I've said here the name must be exactly as it appears in the school. So if you registered your name with, for example, your name is Toyin Abimbola, but everybody knows you as Tony, for example, and you put on this document Tony. I don't know who Tony is. And if it's not what is registered in the school, I'm not going to mark you, because I can't tie your nickname with what is registered in your school. Right, so you registered on the school and you gave the name on the school. Use that name or submit that name to your circle representative to put on the document, and it must match. Otherwise, you're not going to get your mark for this task. Okay. Tasks. Well, there are 7 tasks that to be completed. Okay. And basically, the reason why I'm giving you the task now is you're going to have the rest of the weekend to work on the task. But I understand that some of you, you have your weekends, you have to go away. So I will also give you Monday to work on the task. So sometime between now and Monday evening, you, as the circle, so if this is the circle 1, you have to find a time that you can come together, either on your WhatsApp groups, or if you want to create a Skype group for a task, however you want to create as a circle, so that you can start working on the tasks, brainstorming the solutions to the tasks, and then the circle representative will be putting the solutions down on the document. Okay, so now the tasks are, like I said, they are different from the tasks. I mean, they're similar, but I've made changes to my tasks to differentiate them from other business games tasks out there. And the reason I do that is because I don't want you to just go and find a solution out there, copy paste it without looking through this and not understanding what this business games is about. Okay, just because you want to pass the task. All right, I need you to understand this because this is very crucial information. The purpose of the business games is for you to get an appreciation and understanding about what it is to be a guider, or to be someone, a pioneer in MMM in another country. All right, so for MMM to come to Nigeria, somebody had to be the first to bring MMM to Nigeria. All right, that person had challenges, in establishing MMM in Nigeria. Challenges when there was issues with restart. So I mean, I'm sure you haven't had a restart that's mode in Nigeria. So this person has been through the challenges. Now the aim of this business games is for you to get an appreciation and understanding of some of these challenges by simulating, the scenario through the business games. All right. So each question follows on from the previous question, and when you go through all the questions, you will have gotten an understanding of some of the challenges that just meet this person that's making a noise here. All right, so you'd have gotten an understanding of some of the challenges of starting MMM in a new country. All right, so starting from task one, like I said, the tasks are different. So the country will be Cameroon. All right. Most of the business games that you can get out there, they don't use Cameroon, they use other countries. Okay, so first of all, if your solution uses some other country other than Cameroon, your circle is going to fail this task. All right. The items that I've sort of highlighted in red are what I'll be looking out for, because that's what I've made different from other business games out there. So I'll be looking for these items in your solution. And if you've copied your solution from somewhere, your calculations are going to be wrong because you're not going to be using the figures that I've given you. So you have to work through the tasks and don't copy from somewhere. All right. So there's 7 tasks, like I said, and each task follows on from the other. So you're just going to work through the tasks from 1 through to 7. And the circle representative is going to be then sort of recording the solutions from the rest of the circle. All right. Once we are done, then on Tuesday evening, when we have our evening meeting, and we'll probably start a little bit earlier. On Tuesday, we're going to have the business game presentations. All right. Now here, the circle representative again is going to present the solutions for tasks to the rest of the class. All right, so the circle representative is going to go through from task 1 through 7 and give the solutions, or present what the circle came up with in terms of answers to the tasks. And we're going to go through from circle 1, circle 2, circle 3, each representative giving their solutions. Okay, so that's how it's going to work for the business games. All right, so I'm going to take questions when I'm done here, but essentially that's what the business games, how the business game is going to run. So I'm giving you the rest of the weekend and Monday, and of course Tuesday, the whole day for you to get the answers to all these tasks from your circle. And then once you are done on Tuesday evening, the circle representative is then going to present solutions that your circle has come up with. All right, so it's quite exciting. It's not difficult. It looks difficult from the start, but every class, every batch that I've had have told me how enjoyable it was going through the tasks and coming up with these solutions. And so, I mean, they all said it looked difficult at first, but as they went through it, they found that it was actually quite easy. All right. So I encourage you to, to not be overwhelmed. Take it easy, take it slow, and you're going to definitely enjoy this, I think. All right. So once you're all done with your presentation, the circle representatives must let me know um, that you're done with your document. And then I'll just give it a once over to make sure that um, you're on the right track and you've got things right before the presentation. All right, so that's about it. Yeah. So at this stage, I'm going to take questions. I'm sure there will be. I've always had questions regarding the business games because it's not as straightforward, and I might not have explained it clearly. So it's your opportunity to get clarity on anything that you don't understand. Circle, especially the circle representatives. Okay. So, question, feel free to ask. If you are in the Hangout so the YouTube live streaming session, you can ask a question in the live chat area. If you're on Hangouts with me in the meeting, you can just unmute your microphone and ask your question. Alternatively, you can also type your question into the chat area on Hangouts as well. So the floor is open for you to ask your questions. Okay, I'm waiting for questions, guys. Anybody have a question?
Yeah. Dua.
Okay, Philip, do you have a question or you're just connected? Okay. Yeah, I find it hard to believe that nobody has a question. Does everybody understand Okay, Tony, you have a question? I see you have your mic unmuted. You want to ask a question?
Yes, I didn't get the circle. The circle that said that we should put our name and we should not use our nickname.
Yes.
I don't get that. I don't get that very part. Well, please, can you expatiate on that part to me?
Yeah, sure. All right. So on the document that I'm going to share, are you the circle representative? Let me ask. Are you the circle representative for your circle?
No, sir.
You're not. Okay. All right. So the document that I'm going to share with the circle representatives, when the circle representative has to fill out the names of the members of the circle. So what I was saying was that the names that you give to your representative to fill on that form must be the name that you have in the on MMM school. So I was just using your name as an example. I wasn't picking on Tony. I just happened to choose Tony, and it's your name. But you know, if your name that you've registered on the school is you know, say it's Lukman Adair, because that's my name. So I've got Lukman Adair registered on MMM school, but you know, my friends call me you know, or on Skype I call myself mentor. Now, if on the document I put mentor, there's no way that I would know that mentor is the same person as Lukman Adair. So I'm saying the name that goes on the document on the on the presentation document must be the same name that is registered in the school, so that when I read it, I can see that this person that is I'm marking is the same person that is on the document. So I don't know if that's clear.
It's clear. Thank you.
Okay. I've got a question from Solomon on the chat. Who's this? Philip?
This is Philip. On the email you sent us this morning, you said that the business game will be shared to the group representative. That was what you said. Right. And in our group, we don't have a group representative yet.
Well, that was the task for today. The task for today was to join a circle and appoint a circle representative. So I need a circle representative to work with. If you don't have a circle representative in your group, you need to elect somebody as soon as possible and send me the name of the person so that I can share the task with that person. And that person will then share the task with the rest of the circle. You can volunteer yourself as a circle representative if you want, but your circle has to agree on who the representative is going to be.
Okay, no problem.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, let me just go to the question that was posted by Solomon.
Yes, sir.
You are in the chat. I don't know if you want to ask it yourself.
Yes, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir. Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Yes, I want to ask in which country can we go to develop MMM?
Okay, so I can give it to you because that's what's in the document that I'm going to share with the circle representative. But the country that I have chosen is Cameroon.
Okay, Cameroon. Okay.
I don't know if there's anyone there, but that's the country that I chose for the sake of this business games. Okay, it's going to be Cameroon. So what I was saying also was that other mentors and other groups use different countries. So if you happen to find a solution, a business game solution from somebody else who has finished the business games before, the country that they will have will most likely not be Cameroon. So if you're just going to copy that solution and paste it in your document and present it, you're going to get marked. It's not the country that I have chosen. Right, so it's very important that as a circle you work through the tasks yourself. It's an exercise that you do yourself, and I don't want you to try and take shortcuts by copying solutions from someone else. Okay.
Thank you very much.
All right, great. Anybody else with a question?
Hello. So regarding marking of tax,
Yes.
you said you're going to mark in the tax because we're in day 5 and 6 now, and the hour mark.
Okay, did you read the email that I sent out today, yesterday, and the day before yesterday? I'm having trouble hearing you. Sunday? Was it you that was talking Sunday? I think it's bad, so I can't hear you. All right, so just to answer your question anyway, because it's regarding the marking of the tasks. Every day that I've sent an email, I've talked about the marking of the tasks. The tasks, like I said, there's quite a few of you that are in the class, and there's only one of me, so there's no way that I can mark everybody's tasks in one day. All right, so unfortunately, this mentoring is not a full-time thing for me. I have a full-time job, and I do this sort of in the evenings. That's why we have our meetings in the evenings. So I have only a limited amount of time that I dedicate to the school, and already 1 hour of that time is taken up in the evening meetings. So I'll mark as much as I can with the rest of the time that I have. But once we are done with the business games and we are not going to have any more meetings, then I can dedicate all of my time to marking, and that usually takes me about a week. Right, so that's why I keep saying that all tasks will be marked within 1 week after completing the business games. So once we're done with our presentation on Tuesday, I can then dedicate all of my time to marking the tasks, which will then be done within the week probably by the Friday, next week Friday, or latest by the Monday. All right, so the task will be marked. It's not. I can't say I'm done with this batch unless all the tasks have been marked. So you just have to be patient, and you'll get your tasks all marked. All right. So I hope that answers your question. Okay, does anybody else have a question?
For the business game task going to be given to us now after the meeting?
Okay, so this is what I'm going to do, because I still need your business game. Your circle representative. No, none of the circles has indicated to me who their circle representative is. So what I'm going to do after the meeting is I'm going to share the link to the business games presentation document, which is all the tasks. I'm going to share it with your circle, but nobody's going to be able to edit it. Okay, you still need to get me your circle representative, and once I get to the circle representative, I will then give the circle representative rights to edit the document. So the circle representative will be the one that will be able to now make changes to the document and add the answers. Okay, so for now you can all view the tasks, and you can really start brainstorming about the task, but none of you is going to be able to complete it. except the circle representative, and until you appoint and give me who the person is, nobody's going to be able to edit that document. Does that make sense? All right, I just need to make a comment here. As you are, actually been joining the joining a circle, the system has been allocating you to available circles. So circle one was full. It was going to start allocating to circle 2, and once it got full, it will start allocating to circle 3, and so on. All right. So what can happen is that the last, the people who are joining a circle later are being allocated to. Currently, I think it's circle 4 that they are being allocated to. So you might have a situation where a circle initially only has a few people. All right. Now that's still okay, because the circle still is probably going to get more people. But even if there are 3 of you or 4 of you in the circle, you still have to do the business games together. All right. So you still have to appoint a representative for the circle. So circle 4, I think currently has 3 or 4 people in it. One of you is going to be the circle representative, and you will still work on it as the other circles, which have got 8 or 9 people in it. Okay, so I still need the circle representatives. I'm going to share a link to the tasks, the business games tasks, so you can start looking at it, but you will need to give me the names of your representatives. Okay. All right. If you don't know how to join a circle, you go to your tasks for the school tasks, as you've always been doing. You go to day 5. You click on the button that says join a circle. I think that's what it will say. And let me just see. Make sure that I have the right thing. Okay, it will say get in a circle. Okay, if you click on get in a circle, it will then give you another button that says start the business games or start the games. When you click on that, it will immediately take you into your circle's chat room. All right, it looks the same as the main school chat room, except on top it will be written batch 2017-1013, group 1, circle 1 or circle 2 or circle 3, which indicates your circle. All right, so every time you want to get to your circle chat room, you can follow the same steps to get into your circle. Okay. All right. So guys, in the absence of any more questions, I'm going to end the meeting, and I'm going to share the link to the business games tasks. And will the circle representatives please chat me or identify yourself in our Skype group? In the Skype group, just let me know who you are and which circle you are representing. I will then chat with you to get your details and give you the link, or give you the access to edit the document. All right, Sunday, do you have a question? Sunday, you have a question? Okay, all right, great. So thanks guys for your time. Thanks for joining the meeting. I'm going to end it off here, and then I'll share the link to the business games document. Like I said, please guys, get me your circle representative, because goes and you don't give me your circle representative, there'll be nobody capturing your solutions to the tasks. Okay, so just appoint yourselves, otherwise someone just volunteer and send me your details for your circle. All right, thanks for your time, guys. Have a good evening.